We are here with the toss. Good afternoon. This is the second game which will be played between Canada and South Africa. I have both the skippers. I have the match referee and the umpire as well. So now we're going to flip up the coin. Okay, so now we're going to spin the coin. Heads the call.
It's a head.
It's heads. Once again, Canada today, they won the toss. What's you going to do first?
We're going to bat first.
Bat first once again. Any specific reason?
Look like a batting paradise. So obviously, yes, batting first is good. Obviously, looking at the other teams, what they scored, and it was a struggle to get back again. So yeah, we have a strategy going on.
Yesterday, you must have a good meeting in the hotel, and you must have strategized it nicely today.
Oh, for sure. We had lot of hugs and talks. Yeah, we did.
Okay, so any changes in your 11, or are you going with the same?
There's a small couple of changes.
Okay, thank you so much. And now the skipper, Yasser of South Africa, is going to join me. Yasser bhai, if you would have won the toss, what you would have done first?
Yeah, it was a bit of a 50-50 for us, but we would have probably leaned to bowl first. Spoke to the groundsman a little bit earlier and indicated that even though it's an afternoon game, there might still be a little bit of moisture on it because it's a fresh pitch. I believe they played on the other one this morning, not this one. So yeah, either way, bat or bowl.
And that means it pretty much came into your favor.
Yeah, like I said, it was more or less 50-50, so we're good to go either way.
Yesterday you played against Pakistan. That was a tremendous game. You went till the end, and it was just 3-run victory by Pakistan. So you must have strategized after that unfortunate thing which happened yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. I think from a bowling fielding perspective, we were spot on, and we look to continue that today. From a batting perspective, I had a little bit of a chat of how we want to go about constructing our innings and pacing our innings, and hopefully we'll get that right today as well.
So do you have any changes in your 11, or are you going with the same?
Yeah, we've got 4 changes, a bit of squad rotation in our team, but yeah, 4 changes.
Okay, thank you so much. Best of luck ahead. So the news from the center is Canada, they've won the toss and elected to bat first.
Well, it's the second match of today here at the Karachi Gymkhana, and it's the second day of the IMC Over-40s T20 World Cup 2025, and it's a bright sunny day here in Karachi as the second match will be played between Team South Africa veterans and Team Canada veterans, and they're all set to begin the play as the toss has been done, and now we are all ready with the national anthems of both the teams. First of all, we'll begin with the national anthem of Team Canada. The national anthems of both the teams, and we're all set to witness live action that will be beginning momentarily.
So the handshakes going on. The second match, which will be played between Canada and South Africa. Live from Karachi, Gymkhana. That's the friendly gesture. Shaking the hands of both the teams. Along with the umpires. And a bit the action will begin. Where Canada, they won the toss, selected to bat first. I had a chat with the captain earlier in the toss. They've made some decisions here. Canada versus South Africa. The match number 10, Group A, live from Karachi Gymkhana Cricket Ground. Canada, they've won the toss, selected to bat first. After yesterday's unfortunate lose, they have made some strategies. So the 11 of Canada, led by Ramzan Andres, the wicket keeper, then Ashwil, Ali, Amin, Danish, Gunarat, Imtiaz, Khalid, Yunus and Sujit. They're going to play from Canada. And now the 11 of South Africa, led by Yasir, that's Yasir, and led by Muthusamy. Then Brett, Castle, Johan, Martin, Sohail, Howard, Botha, Reinhard and Ryan. That's the 11 of South Africa. Yesterday they played against Pakistan. That was a very close match. Pakistan won by 3 runs there. Umpires with the ball, heading towards the crease. With the logo at the back of Quetta Gladiators. It's the IMC T20 Over-40s World Cup powered by Quetta Gladiators. The match number 10. In a bit, South Africa. They're going to field, going to set up the field in a bit, and then it'll be Canada. It's going to bat first after winning the toss. The skipper Ramzan seems very confident with the strategies that they have made today. Team is being lined up here for the hurdle. South Africa. They seem pretty confident. They are enjoying the moment. South Africa. Player seems very confident and they are enjoying the bright sunny day in Karachi. It's a great afternoon. And obviously when you're coming from a country where it snows in winters, the winters are just around the corner, and getting a bright, lush, sunny day, they seem very happy playing in this surface, and it's a batting paradise today. The crease on which the game is going to be played. The batters are getting ready. I can see Danish and Amin getting ready to just enter the ground towards the crease. Well, Canada, they have come with a different strategy today, as I have had a chat with the skipper earlier on. So the batters heading towards the crease. Danish and Amin, shirt number 65 and 17. They're going to represent Canada. And then The team South Africa heading. They're gonna set up the field. Live action is gonna begin in a bit. And so with me in the commentary box, it's Nourish Khan.
Thank you so much. Always a feat sharing the commentary box with you.
Nourish. Thank you, Nourish, and indeed, it's a pleasure sharing the commentary box with you. And obviously, with the same energy when we are doing it, I enjoy a lot. It's a beautiful view of Karachi, surrounded by the birds, a clear skies, bright sunny afternoon. Amin and Danish, they're gonna represent Canada here, and Castle is gonna bowl the very first over. So plays the call. Here we go with the first delivery. Starts off with a good one there. Castle straight down the middle stump. Aggressive from the very first delivery. Well, Nourish, South Africa seemed pretty aggressive yesterday as well, and that was a little unfortunate for them. They were very close to win the game against Pakistan.
Yeah, but they have proven that they're not a team to be taken lightly. I wasn't taking them lightly either, and that's a beautiful start by Canada out there. Canada are definitely taking them lightly here, I guess.
They've made a different game plan today, as I've had a chat with the captain earlier, that it was a fruitful meeting yesterday at the hotel. And they're now gonna shift up the gears after that yesterday's jeopardy.
That's high, and it's carried away beautifully for a 4. The umpire confirms the boundary. And he played it beautifully, swiftly. It was played straight, dissected it just between the mid-on and mid-off, a bit inclined towards the mid-off, long off, but he was able to execute it perfectly, owing to his excellent, I'd say, he had his firm footing on the ground. That wasn't the shot that he intended.
And here he takes
And it's
him.
gone. It's gone. Just like that. Effortless. That's peak South Africa for you. I'd say when it's South Africa in the field, be it John T. Rhodes, be it Tembe Bavuma, be it any South African player, even if it's a South African women team, you can always expect their A game on the field.
Yeah, the way they played, first a boundary, and then they picked him up. Well, the left-hander, he seemed pretty confident while hitting it, but what a catch. What a catch in the end. And they made it look so easy, and they were celebrating it very calm that, it's every day.
It was a bit unfortunate in this sort that it didn't really come out on the meat of the bat for Amin. He wanted to play it a bit towards the leg side or a bit towards... Yeah, he wanted to play it a bit towards the leg side, but it turned out that it wasn't executed well, and it wasn't the shot that he intended to play, and there can be many reasons to it. But primarily, the most prominent reason that I could think of right now, analyzing the entire situation, was the fact that he couldn't time the shot properly because he couldn't judge the delivery that was that Castle had executed. And brownie points to Castle for it.
I can say it was pretty much the overconfidence, because he already went for a boundary and then he said that the aggressive start is suiting him, and then that became a bit of a problem, that it just gave the catch into the hands. Obviously utilizing the power play, South Africa with the attacking field there. Imtiaz, the new man in.
I'm pretty sure many kinds of thoughts were, many kinds of shots were going on around Amin's mind, but he couldn't channelize and narrow down which one he had to play properly, and owing to that, he couldn't execute it well. So Imtiaz Chaudhary is the new batter in, and Canada really have to level up their game in this one. They lost yesterday against West Indies as well.
And that was a big defeat, a 54 runs defeat against West Indies. And now they're gonna shift up here, the gears. Oh, we didn't put on the bat on the ball at the very last moment. He just gave it a check. Amin Khan, he departed 6 of just 4 deliveries.
And is clearly not happy with it, and for the right reasons. This isn't how he expected his innings to end. Beautifully executed, and it's gone. The umpire, the finger is raised, and umpire confirms it. That was beautifully executed by Castle. Outside edge and gone, just like that. Effortless dismissal. It was beautiful. Just inches closer to the bat, and he executed that swing perfectly. Was extremely mindful of the line, and then that's a peak South Africa moment for you. Be it the South African veterans, the South African women's, or the South African men's team. They're always on top with everything. And Imtiaz Chaudhary departs on a golden duck. And you could credit Muthusamy for it.
He's the skipper. And what a start to the game. Very first over. Picked up 2 wickets in the power play. 6 for 2 after the first.
Pop on 45 en Marie. Ja, jy daar by die drom. By die drom. Ja. Maar gaan daar by die drom. Run it, come around to me. Lot more. More.
Sugit Karunaratne is the new right-hander in for Canada. And he did bring up his A game in the last match against West Indies.
And today, oh!
Gone! Just like that! Gone! Right of the first ball that Danish faced. That is absolutely brilliant from Castle. Would you look at that? Would you look at the beauty of that shot? Would you look at the beauty of that delivery? He wanted to play it towards the point position, but there was no chance given, and peak South Africa fielding, that is in his John T. Rhodes era. He is.
You're gonna hit it anywhere. You're gonna be caught. What a game. South Africa on the top right now. Danish Bashir departs on a golden duck. Johan with a great catch. Those earlier on 3 wickets just crushing up the backbone of Canada right now. They're going to be in much pressure. They're not able to just stand on the crease.
A redemption, absolute redemption it is from South Africa. What a start it is to the second over. What a start that is to the power play. Sensational stuff that is.
It's a very brutal revenge of just a boundary. Only one boundary scored and then they picked up 3 wickets. Pretty much aggressive, South Africa.
Is it out? Oh yes it is! What a beautiful spin that was! Absolute perfection, precision, accuracy, all boxes ticked. Made no mistake, Reinhardt, that is. Wicket, dot, wicket, 2 wickets, sandwiched between a dot ball. That is absolute brilliance from Reinhardt. Wouldn't have wanted that any other way.
Khalid Gilani on a golden duck. South Africa not giving any chance here to Canada at all. Not even a single run after those boundaries. 4 wickets down. What a revenge. That's pretty much brutal here. And now it's Sujit. At least he needs a strike here. Sultan, the new man in.
Come boys, 10 for 5, yeah, 10 for 5, yeah, boys. 10 for 5, 10 for 5, yeah, boys, 10 for 5, yeah. That was the easy decision. Keep working out, yeah, boys. Beautiful work, yeah. 10 for 5, 10 for 5.
Brilliance, absolute brilliance from South Africa. Sultan Malik is the new batter in, right-handed batter for Canada. Oh, the way he attacks the stumps. Oh, the way he attacks the stumps. That is absolute brilliance from Reinhardt.
That was pretty close. That was the history repeating. That wicket, dot, and then a dot, and that was pretty close. Reinhardt, what a game. Blocks it there. That's the pressure. Double wicket made in over, which is the second one, and in the power play. 2 was gone, 6 for 4.
Good fellas. Next one, sir.
That is leg stump.
Thank you.
Hold his right arm over.
Attempted to play an aerial shot, but there was a fielder there.
Good boys, good boys, good boys. Next one, sir.
That's leg.
Leg, thank you.
Right arm over, 5 to come.
Precision. He bowls with precision. Castle. On the verge of redemption. That was extremely close. Mere inches away from another potential outside edge. Inside edge out.
The struggle still continues for Canada as Sultan has played 5 deliveries, hasn't off the mark yet. 7 for 4. That's wonderful here by South Africa.
Beautifully executed. Perfect line, and the way he attacks the stump. Castle, it's absolutely brilliant. They wouldn't want it any other way. South Africa.
Castle just gave a 7 and taken 2 wickets.
It's gone high, and it's carried away for a 4. Another breakthrough, another boundary for Sultan. But at this point, considering the entire situation, I'm really worried what this boundary is going to come at the expense of. Because the last time they hit the boundary, they lost 3 wickets right after that.
Well, Nourish, I second that. I'm also afraid this boundary can cost a lot to Canada. Because once they start taking the revenge, they can take 4 wickets earlier on. South Africa is a pretty strong side, and the way they do it, especially they have placed a very attacking field here. And this time it rolled over the fence. There's the second boundary. Now I can expect a big revenge to come, because the next over will be very, very brutal, because it was a double wicket made in first over by Reinhardt. And surely he's going to continue the spell. 3 was gone, 15 for 4.
Reinhardt is in, the man of the moment, and he attempted to attack the stumps once again, but Sugi managed to slide it away in an attempt to buy him enough time to run between the wickets, and he at least succeeded in rotating the strike and letting the non-striker face Reinhardt. That is a very bold decision, I would say.
That is what Canada was struggling about, that they are not able to rotate the strike, and Sujit comparatively is a very responsible batter.
Attacking the stumps once again. And I love the fact that he's incorporating some carom deliveries. Reinhardt is bringing a beautiful mix, beautiful blend of different types of spin deliveries. I won't be shocked if I find him executing another googly going forward. And that's incredible fielding by the South African side, who's concentrated their fielding towards the offside. Sultan really needs to get a hold of the shot selection, because we can see that there's a lot that's going on in his mind. He has a lot of potential shots that he intends to execute, but he's just not able to narrow down those shots and select the appropriate shot that needs to be played of these deliveries. I don't blame him completely. Reinhardt's bowling really well, and it can get unpredictable to judge the type of delivery that he's bowling, but it is during these moments that you have to have a knack of it, and you have to keep yourself calm and composed. Canada are now 17 for 4 at the end of 4 overs. Castle's back. Pitched a bit of towards the off.
Project.
He's still gonna look for redemption of those two boundaries that were exceeded in his previous overs. He was clearly not happy with those. Castle,
Good night, good night.
Sugid and Sultan need to really continue this strike rotation, and they need to continue with this running between the wickets. They shouldn't go for big hits at the moment. They need some stability, need to save some wickets. That was extremely close. That was a very, very close, mere inches away from the stump, from the off stump. But primarily, Sugi just went lucky there.
Yeah, well, when you are losing the constant wickets, you just need to stay on the crease. And if I talk about this shot, Sujit, he was trying to be aggressive here, which is not required because you have to stay on the crease. You have to spend some time there. You have to rotate the strike. You have to build up the innings here. You have lost 4 earlier on wickets, and that could become a big problem. That some spectators enjoying the Sunday.
How close was that?
Good checks, good checks.
He's incorporating the perfect blend of in-swing and out-swing. Castle in a manner that looks very effortless. Sultan Malik is the man who's facing Castle at the moment.
Smacks it away towards the covers. It won't be of much damage with a single there. So finally, now some rotation of strikes. Now the scorecard is ticking.
Yeah, yeah.
They need runs because they've lost a lot. This time he picks it up, and that's gonna clear the fence. And finally, some fearless play here by Sujit, what he was looking for, and it connected well with a tilted bat. Just went for a boundary.
It was all about the timings for this shot, especially Sugit, and I really love the way that they continued with the strike rotation. They went on to get that run, regardless of the fact they did not know there was going to be a 4. They weren't too confident about it. That is why they rotated the strike in an attempt to at least get some runs on board. That's a very smart approach for them. But mainly, I think the way that this shot was executed, this is exactly what Canada need to do at this point. They do not need to go big at this moment. They just need to some stability. They need to hold on their wickets while getting runs on board. And the easiest way that they can do it is wait for bad balls to hit them out of the park. The kind of deliveries that was just executed.
They're gonna get the opportunities. Went hard, Stridham. Once again brought to bowl, delivering his 3rd over. 2 brutal overs for Canada by him, taking their 2 top order batters and still targeting the stumps. Pretty much putting on a pressure on the batters as Sultan. Now he has played 19 deliveries, quite some time on crease. Must be familiar with how Reinhardt is delivering it and how the pitch is responding, because they've built up a partnership of 20 after the top order collapse.
And I think it's only fair if I'd say Reinhardt is actually unplayable at this point. They cannot play him. He is an absolute fire. I'm going to rephrase these sentences to make them more inclined towards Reinhardt and more suitable to him, because that is exactly what he's doing at the moment. He's absolutely brilliant. He's been tremendous. Reinhardt, a double wicket maiden over to start off his spell. That is impressive. That is nothing short of impressive.
Plays it down this time towards the mid wicket. And talking about the field of South Africa, they are pretty strong with the field. They're diving to grab those singles and doubles as well, because they know that the more rotation of strike Canada is going to get, the more the batter is going to set. And they're not even letting them rotate the strike. And that's a proper South Africa moment. So this ends the power play, 28 for 4.
And it's a bright sunny day here in Karachi. The sun is literally baking the pitch at this point. And earlier at the toss, when Canada won the toss and elected to bat, it was being anticipated that upon being asked why they'd chosen to bat, they cited that the pitch looks very batting friendly. But South Africa said, no, not today, not in my presence. And Reinhardt took the responsibility upon his shoulders to provide South Africa with the early breakthrough that there was. It wasn't a good delivery, although he did intend to incorporate that in swing in it, but it was way outside of the off stump, and as a result, it's been given a wide. An extra run in favor of Team Canada. Nathaniel Howard, right arm medium fast.
A good physique, Howard, and the way he's delivering it, putting on pace on the ball. Sujit is facing.
Full toss, and Sujit carries, attempts it to play towards the fine leg, but the South African field, there was their guarding the fine leg, says not today, and just like that, an effortless catch by the South African fielder there. Full toss did not come at the tip of the bat for Sujit, but when it's South Africans in the field, you cannot expect anything short of excellence, perfection, and absolute versatility. Sugit, if I were Sugit, I wouldn't play that shot. I would, it was, the ball was, even though it was play either a straight shot or I would have targeted the mid-off position out there. Sugit Karunaratne gives some hope for Canada, but departs after a short innings of 10 runs of just 6 balls, and just like that, Canada have lost initial 5 batters for only 29 runs. It's not even been 50 runs, and half of their batting line has returned to pavilion.
Oh, Canada needed Sujit right now because he was the player with whom the hopes are attached, and after his wicket, we can say half of the team is departed towards the duckouts. 29 for 5. That's really brutal for Canada today, and the way Howard is delivering it, also he got a wicket on a full toss delivery. It was a pace on delivery. Well, Sujit was trying to just use the pace of the ball, but there he got a great catch.
Attack the stump, and the fingers have been raised. Another gone for Canada. Another wicket loss for Canada. Howard is gets you these all important breakthroughs for your team. If it's any team who has read the pitch well so far since the morning at Karachi Gymkhana, it has got to be South Africa. But then 2025 has been the year of redemption for South Africa, and it is Andres Adaikulem who is departing of a golden duck. He is the 6th batter to depart for Canada, and just like that, Canada have lost their 6th wicket, and things are looking pretty ugly for Canada at this point.
Well, South Africa not leaving Canada at this moment, where they just shift up the gears, they become a little aggressive, and kaboom, another wicket down. At this moment, 6 wickets are down for Canada. They are now struggling badly here. They just need to stay on the crease right now in order to score some runs and put up a good total on the board, or else it's going to become a big jeopardy here, because it's a big top order collapse. And especially if I talk about the middle order, they were also in a hurry of runs, and which made it a big problem for Canada. 29 for 6. Ali Faruqi, the new man in from Canada.
Well, he was the best bowler for Team Canada yesterday against their match against West Indies yesterday. Ali Faruqi was won the best bowler of the match award yesterday.
Howard on a hat trick.
And it's a hat-trick ball for Howard. Will he be able to get it? It was Simon Seeger yesterday for Zimbabwe. It is Howard currently for South Africa. We're all looking forward to see how this unfolds. Here we go. Hat-trick ball. Ed Jenny couldn't get the hat-trick, but what a beautiful over has it been so far. Ali picked it up just in time to guide it towards the mid-wicket. And had it possessed a bit of more power, the shot that Ali attempted to execute, it would have carried forward. It would have carried to the fence and would have brought another boundary. But they shouldn't hurry in terms of boundary. They at least got 2 runs. They should attempt to run between the wickets, rotate the strike, and in that aspect, get runs on board for Canada.
And I think the decision of batting first is not in the favor for Canada up till now. And just look at that. He's once again targeting the stumps. Howard, the way he's delivering it, he's pitching it ahead and properly onto the leg stump and the middle stump. And obviously, when you are bowling to a left-hander, you're going to be very precise with the deliveries. The way Howard is delivering, he's not going for much amount of swing there. He's just targeting off on the stumps. He's relying on his pace because he has the potential. He's taken 2 wickets, a couple of wickets, and then
bowled a bit of wave outside the off stump. And it's gone just like that. He attempted to play it towards the deep point, and there was a fielder already waiting for that ball there. Caught his hands off that ball, and just like that, Canada have lost their 7th wicket. That's been absolutely brilliant from Howard.
well, if I talk about the fielding of South Africa right now, no, they're not gonna drop any of the catches. It seems like it's glued to their hands here. That's amazing, yeah. No catches being dropped. They are diving for every single run. They are not letting Canada to stay on the crease so that they could get some rhythm. They are breaking the rhythm continuously. And that's Ali Faruqi, who departed, scored 2 and 3.
Well, I must say we were missing John T. Rhodes in South African veterans team, but they have not let us miss John T. Rhodes one bit, this South African side. They have made sure that they remind everyone who John T. Rhodes was and why South Africa have always been on top with their fielding. This is why.
And a couple of minutes earlier, we were with the top order of Canada, and now we are with the tail-enders. 7 wickets down on just 31. The batting first decision becoming a problem for Canada right now. Mohammad Yunus, the new man in. Yesterday he played a great knock of 28 impactful innings to make Canada score some runs on the board. Howard with the last delivery. Oh, nick off the bat taken. Nick off the bat taken. Keeper. That glued to his hand. South Africa on top right now. What a moment. What a moment.
They're not letting the Canadian batters breathe. They're not letting them even have a side of that delivery, let alone judge the ball, time the ball. That comes secondary. All Canada needs right now is some stability. And even that looks too much of an ask because the South African bowlers are not letting them go. They're not giving them the groove that they need. That's absolute brilliance from South Africa. That is peak South Africa for you. Mohammad Yunus departs on a golden duck. Yet another one of Canadian batters departing on a golden duck, and he is clearly not happy.
So 7 overs gone, 31 for the loss of 8 wickets now. Last couple of batters are just left for Canada. And now they just need to stay on the crease. They just need to rotate the strike. They just have to go for singles and doubles. They don't need to just rely on hitting or they don't need variety now. They just need proper cricketing shots, blocking it away. And it was a magnificent first over by Howard, giving just 3 and took 4 wickets. 4 wickets in an over by just conceding 3 runs. Mohammad Ramzan, the skipper, onto the crease now.
And an interesting factor here is that Howard didn't play the match against Pakistan yesterday. If only had he been playing from the South African side yesterday, I can only imagine what would have been unfolded. Considering they won, Pakistan won by just 3 runs, it was a very close match. That's absolute brilliance from South Africa.
Redart with his last over of the spell. What a beautiful spell here by Rindhart. This time once again he took a step ahead, blocks it away. And this is much required by Canada to just stay on the crease. You don't have to lose any other wicket. 1 wicket down will be too much for them. At this moment, Canada needs to stay on the crease, although the captain is down there and he must take the responsibility now. Last couple of batters left. 32, just 32 I would say on the total.
Attacking the stumps once again, and the thing about Reinhardt is that he makes sure that there's just enough distance, enough length between his front foot and his bowling hand, just enough that the place from which he's delivering the ball, it just is on the right height, so as to have that ample amount of bounce, just enough bounce, not too much bounce, not too low, just enough bounce. Those are some key and technical aspects that you need to consider, especially when you want to get wickets. You have to consider each and everything.
But the way they are delivering it, and especially in the field, nicely played there, straight to the fielder. And this is what Canada requires right now, because they have already lost their 8 wickets on a total of 32. They just need to block, and then they have to put on some runs on the board. Renard Stidham, 4-over spell, just 5 conceded, took 2 wickets, 19 dots. What an economy, 1.25.
I'm just looking at his economy. 1.25. That's a brilliant. Karachi has fallen silent looking at Canada's situation here.
That's a super Sunday for South Africa, I would
Well,
say.
it always has been. World Test Championship earlier this year. Then the Women's World Cup final. That was a close one between South Africa and India. Laura Woolford was absolutely sensational there. So I mean it when I say it. 2025 has truly been the year of South Africa.
Yeah, and Howard once again into the action.
Attacking the stumps once again. And it's been signaled a no ball. And it's a free hit. Howard is clearly not happy with it. And he wanted to execute something exceptional. One of these exceptional deliveries. But it just didn't go through. I think he was being a bit too enthusiastic while he was bowling.
Yeah, he was attacking. He was trying for a shorter delivery so that he could get the wicket there. Although when you are delivering it to the tail-enders, the bouncers are the key where you can get the wickets. But because of the no ball, he wasn't very happy with that. And now it's going to be an opportunity for Canada to just buck up, because they can go fearlessly on this delivery.
Well, I'd say, and I absolutely would vouch for that, South Africa can get a run out on this ball as well, considering their fielding, their exceptional game awareness. They might as well get a wicket out of a run out on this free hit. And that's Karachi, the Movenpick Hotel.
Yeah, but they don't need to just run a risky one here, Canada. They just need to stay on the crease.
And Howard comes into bowl. And that's gone away for a 4, just like that.
I would say that was a little fortunate, because he was, look at that, that was a top edge there. It went for a boundary.
Although it was a boundary, I'd still say it wasn't a calculated shot, because Sultan was looking forward to playing it towards the long off, but it turned out to go past the third man. And it's the Movenpick Hotel here in Karachi. Full toss, and it's played towards the backward point, deep backward point by Sultan in an attempt to get the boundary, but there was a fielder already guarding that deep backward point position. Looking at the way Howard delivers the ball, it's a very cagey, so Rabada style bowling. Howard, he makes sure his front foot comes in first, and then when he delivers the ball, it's just at an appropriate angle, at an appropriate height. That really matters. Unless, of course, you're Jasprit Bumrah. Your wrist movement also has a lot of a huge role to play in your bowling. If you are to, deliver leg cutter, off cutter, or you are to deliver an in swing, off swing, the movement of your wrist also matters. It was a wonderful Yorker executed by Howard, and it was played pretty smartly by the skipper, Ramzan, skipper of Canada. But there was a fielder already in guard of that ball right there. Attempts to play towards the offside, finds a gap, tries to play there, but there wasn't enough power in that shot. Not enough power for it to carry forward to the fence for a 4, and it landed in the no man's land.
Well, I come in fear when they started when they loft the shot. Because when it's not perfectly hit, and especially looking at the field of South Africa, that's a fearful moment.
That was close, extremely close. Sultan was on the brink of wicket. That was a very, very close. It just touched his glove, barely touched his glove.
It swung
And,
later. It swung later. If you could see, just look at that. Swung later. I think you were right. It barely must be a glove. What an over. What an over. Got some late swing there. So
One of you, Steffi,
9 overs gone, 39 for 8.
Rainer, in between, right? Right arm bowling over the wicket.
And the thing about South African bowlers is that they won't stick to just a one style of bowling. If they bowl the yorker and it's costing them, they would apply reverse gears, and they would wanna change the style of bowling, change the kind of bowling that they're doing. Motha's here to bowl his first over. Right arm off break, and almost got the best of Ramzan, the skipper of Canada. Would have marked the end of his innings. Almost would have marked the end of his innings.
Well, that's a very senior player. Oh, this time he strikes hard. Captain out, drops it. That's going to be a costly boundary.
And he's clearly not happy about it. He is clearly not happy about it. But on the bright side, luck is favoring Canada. Ramzan attempted to hit it towards the leg side. But thanks to that catch drop.
Well, I'm surprised after seeing such a tight field, such great catching, and this catch drop literally surprised me. When you are eyeing the side like South Africa, you don't expect these things.
I'd blame Dew for it if I were you. Dew, humidity, I would blame that all there for it, because it is difficult to field out there. The fact that they're still fielding so well speaks volume about the kind of side that they are, the complete side that they are. I love the absolute change in the line and length that Botha is executing every second delivery.
The dugout of Canada right now. They still have the smile, spirit of cricket. Still have the smile on the face. Oh, that was pretty close there. Just ran with the tilted bat. We would have gone with a straight bat there. Must have been trouble.
Goeie over.
If a comeback has to happen, it has to be this duo, the Sultan Ramazan duo. It has to be this duo. And they have to understand the magnitude, the gravity of the situation. They should not opt for big hits. They should not opt to play it out of the park. They should not opt for boundaries. Rather, they should just keep their calm, keep their composure. I know it can be hard at this point, considering you're 8 down of just 45. But at this point, they really need to step up. And step up in a way that is not too risky. They should aim for running between the wickets, rotating the strike, and getting maximum runs out of this. Unless it's unless they get to face a delivery as similar as those of full tosses. But even on those full tosses, they have to be mindful of the area that the full toss is being. If it's on the offside, they have to execute the shot on the offside rather than playing it on the leg side. And we have a momentary hydration break here. Here's a warm graph. And what a warm graph has it been for South Africa? Howard's back and he's looking for redemption at this point. So I was just discussing, and I'd like to reiterate the primary reason why Howard is being so successful and has picked up 4 wickets as of yet is because he has a knack for this. He knows if he knows the height that there needs to be between his front bowling foot and the hand and his right hand that he's releasing the ball from, and that's a beautiful 4. That's a runaway for 4. Absolute brilliance from the skipper.
That's the use of pace. Picked up the length pretty properly. Yes, I would second you, because just look at the bowling arm of Howard. It's just straight, and it goes like a windmill being spinning there. As it's just like I love the bowling action, the way Jasprit Bumrah does it. He has a very straight bowling arm, and just look at that. He has a pretty much straight bowling arm.
Yeah, but unless you're Jasprit Bumrah, you would want to bowl with a straight hand, and you would want to incorporate some wrist movement. Jasprit Bumrah has a very unique style of bowling, and you would not want to replicate it. Primarily because there are some technicalities associated with it, and the more original you are as a bowler, the more it complements your bowling overall, and the more it turns out to be fruitful, and what you're attempting to execute, it really works on with that. And this is a very Cages or Rabada style bowling from Howard.
Not on this guy.
So now I would say that slowly Canada, they are executing the plan they made. The skipper there must have had a word with Sultan in the hydration break here. They just have to stay on the crease. Won't see much aggressive nature from both the batters. They're being very calm right now.
And I love this versatility in Howard's bowling. He bowled the previous one in the slot. He bowled the previous one at good length, and this one was bowled in slot. And this is the thing about him. He's not only making sure that he's incorporating the right wrist movement when bowling, when releasing the ball, but he's also making sure that the distance between his bowling foot and the bowling arm is appropriate. And so the height with which he's releasing the ball, that is also just enough. What a delivery that is. He was looking for that. Another versatile delivery. He bowled it in the good length, then in the slot, and then executed a Yorker. And that versatility seemed to work. It was excellent wrist movement from him with a straight bowling arm he bowled. And the ball went straight to greet the mid stump. And just like that, it's the end of a rapid innings from Sultan.
Yeah, what a delivery that was, the off-stump strike. The bails went flying. Some pace-on delivery with a deadly Yorker by Howard. What a way to end the over. 5-wicket haul by Howard. Conceded 14 with a 5-wicket haul. Sultan Malik departs on 23. Impactful 23, I would say, or else it would have been just a jeopardy.
Both us back. And the skipper of Canada, Ramzan, is facing him. And he has an even bigger responsibility shouldered upon him, upon Ramzan. It's the last wicket. It's either do or die situation, at least for Canada.
Finally 50 up for them. A difficult 50. Losing 9 wickets in a row. Oh my. It's been a difficult journey.
Just at the root of the off stump, and Gunarat attempted to play towards the offside. It was carried away. Had more power, the shot. It would have transformed into a 4, but the fielder was already there waiting for the ball to come in.
Nourish the outfield. They tried, but outfield won't favor the batters here. It's a slow outfield. It's much due, and that is why you cannot go for free runs. You have to work hard for it.
That is perfect line, perfect length, and Gunarat attempted to play an aerial shot on it. I wouldn't have done that if I was in Gunarat's position. Even though the ball landed in the no man's land, it was still a huge risk taken, and you wouldn't want to take that risk, especially when you're only 1 wicket away from getting all out, and you're on the verge of a major collapse. This would probably, if unless there's a dramatic comeback by Canada in the game, this is looking forward to be one of the most low-scoring matches. The most low-scoring matches, the most low-scoring matches in this tournament so far. Although it's only been the start of this tournament, but what a start has it been for the tournament this far? It's only been the second day.
Yeah, it was a fighting game in the morning, and then you're seeing a low-scoring game. Pretty much difficulty for Canada. They're struggling here. 12 gone, 54 for 9.
They've decided to bring in Ryan to bowl his first over, South Africa.
Oh, that was not a good delivery at all. And 55. The loss of 9. Last men. Ryan Reeves. Slower but targeting the middle stump there. It's South African bowlers. It's a beauty. They're still not taking it lightly. They're still targeting. And I can see the projected score 95 still. The last wicket.
Pace off, and that's the way to go about it. Ryan has understood the assignment well and truly.
He's somehow struggling with the arm, and it's hurting in his lower chest as well. He's constantly rubbing it. Must have been something problematic with his shoulders, the way he's generating the power from his shoulder and the back. That is why must have been a little bit pain there. Couple of runs. Good running between the wickets. Skipper Ramzan. Much of a responsibility on him right now. He's stepping up, he's trying. The tilted bat towards the point. Just trying that somehow they could stretch up the game, which is much needed to Canada. Stretching up the game, putting some runs on the board. Obviously, just look at it, he's constantly rubbing and he is in a little pain in the lower chest.
Attacking the stumps once again. There was beautiful line and length. Perfect line and length, I'd say. Ryan knows what he's doing. He's understood the assignment, read the pitch well. Now I was just thinking how before the start of this innings, I was really hoping Canada could get to the 150 mark today, because they couldn't yesterday. But now even 100 looks difficult, and it looks like it's too much of an ask. Last ball of Ryan's inaugural over. Guided it towards the leg side in an attempt to buy him enough time to rotate the strike. Ramzan. And it was a tactical move by Ramzan, because he'd be facing the next over. And Canada are 58 for 9 after 13 overs. If a comeback has to happen, it has to happen from Ramzan. He is the guy who we can expect some stability from. At this point, they just need to build their innings. They need to stabilize their innings. Canada should have done that from the start. The moment they were 4 down, they should have gone by the running between the wickets, rotating the strike memo. Loud cheer from the dugout for the South African team. Canada should have won the toss, and if Canada won the toss, and they should have chosen to bowl first. Should have learned from the mistake they did yesterday. They won the toss. They decided to bat first yesterday as well, and it turned out to be a fruitful decision for them.
Well, they came out with an aggressive play and they scored for a first boundary, and the way the captain was confident as he told me that it's a batting paradise, and what a delivery. It was pretty much of a turn inside. As I was saying that I had a chat with him, he was saying that it's a batting paradise and we have made some strategies yesterday. So this time sweeps it away, sweep to the fielder towards the square leg. He was much interested in batting, but somehow it didn't went in his favor. He must have gone for bowling first.
Absolutely. I mean, you've experimented with batting first. You should have changed the gears a bit, especially considering your match was at the same ground that you lost yesterday against the Windies on. Should have shifted gears. You should have, if you had won the toss. Cricket stats say that when you win the toss, you automatically have a 2.8% chance of winning the match. So you win the toss, you're in with the confidence automatically. Now what comes after is all on you. You have to put in the effort. You have to make sure that it turns out to be a fruitful decision. So far, what I've seen with respect to the custom so far in this tournament is the fact that teams who've won the toss have, although they have everything in their wrist, they have it in their handful, and it's gone. Is it gone? All eyes on the umpire. The finger is raised and gets all. It's over for Canada, as they're all out in 64, and that was a masterclass from Ryan. It was a wonderful delivery. He attempted. He focused on the slot position, executed it perfectly. Perfect line, perfect length. That is the importance of line and length. They say pace is pace, but I say pace is not pace without line and length. Without accurate line and length, the accuracy, precision, and masterclass that there is, South Africa are already through, I'd say, because unless Canada pulls off a stunner, South Africa need 65 runs in 120 balls to win this match. And a very disappointed and a not so happy captain, Canadian skipper, walks off.
And obviously, South African bowling department on its peak right now. 64 all out from the very first over, from the very first boundary scored. They just took the revenge, started taking the wickets until the end. They did a wonderful job. They choked up Canada, and Just got rid of the whole team on just 64. What much can you expect from South African side? It's a big side, and the way they were delivering it, and especially Howard, 5-wicket haul, some precise bowling, technically very sound, and then Ryan with a great last wicket that was probably onto the middle stump, targeted, just got rid of whole team. South Africa now needs 65 to win the game. If I talk about the batting lineup of Canada, that's Amin gone on 6, Danish, Imtiaz both on Golden Ducks, Imtiaz, and then Sujit on double figures 10, then Khalid on a Golden Duck, then Sultan, little impactful with 23, then Andres with a Golden Duck there, then Ali with 2, Yunus again on a Golden Duck, Ramzan not out, the skipper 14, and Gunaratna 6. And obviously the bowling specs here, magnificent overs by Reinhardt, just given 5 and taking 2 wickets, economy of 1.25, lush economy there. And if I talk about Castle, 24 runs and then taking 2 wickets. And Howard, oh wow, that's Howard, economy of 4.67, 5-wicket haul, 13 dots in 3 overs. And then Botha, unfortunately, he wasn't able to take any wickets, 5.67 the economy, and then Ryan with a wicket. 65 needed to South Africa in 120 deliveries. Canada won the toss, elected to bat first, but it didn't came into their favor. And that is South Africa. They did it. All out on 64. Canada. And then a 65 target. Seems like Canada now, they have to play miraculous innings here in order to choke South Africa. And a bit, we're going to be with Nourish down the ground. Till then, it's an inning break. Stay tuned. So we have Nourish with an interview. So over to you, Nourish.
Well, redemption from South Africa as they have managed to restrict Team Canada under 60 at 64. And Canada have been all out for 64. Thanks to this gentleman I have with me, Howard, the star bowler for South Africa, who clinched 5 wickets at the expense of 14 runs in just 3 overs. And man, what a spell that was. It was absolutely brilliant. A brutal spell right there from this gentleman right here. Let's hear it from the man himself. Thank you so much for giving us your precious time. First of all, what was that spell?
I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be here and happy that I could contribute to the team.
I was analyzing your game and I saw that you had incorporated some versatility in it. You first decided to, bowl it at the good length. Then you incorporated a slot, and then you finally went on for that Yorker got your latest wicket. So, what was going on in your mind while bowling?
Yeah, I was just trying to set up the batsman and trying to read what he's trying to do, and luckily it worked for us here today.
So, have you had any key takeaways from yesterday's match between Canada and West Indies that was played here? Did you had any notes from that match on how this pitch would be behaving?
Yes, we had a look at the wicket. It looked a little slow, so I was trying my best to bowl a little bit quicker today. And luckily it
Absolutely.
worked.
And what was the game plan that you had from the skipper?
Yeah, the skipper just told me just attack the stumps and get me wickets.
Yeah, we could see you were attacking the stumps
Yeah.
really beautifully. Well, we wish you. Also, finally, before we let you go, do you think that, of course, the total that you've restricted them under is, of course, more than enough? But do you think that you're going to have a hard time, you're going to face a hard time from their team? If yes, what's the plan to,
Yeah,
them
no,
on
I'm
it?
very confident in our batsmen. So I know our team's got 11 batsmen in the team, so I'm confident we'll chase it
Yeah,
down.
absolutely. And we were just discussing in the combox how 2025 has been the year of South Africa. You did not get to bowl against Pakistan, but you made it up here in this game. So we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Well, you heard from the star himself, Howard. He was very excited. He's very excited to be here for this opportunity to play in the Veterans T20 World Cup 2025, and he's making full use of it. Over to you guys in the combox.
So that was Nourish taking the interview of Howard with a 5-wicket haul today, and that's the inning break. South Africa needs a 65 to win, and we'll be back shortly.
Well, we're here with the second innings of such an interesting match, and none of us anticipated it to be this one-sided. Credit goes to South Africa for pulling off a stunner there in the first innings. There's absolutely brilliant stuff from South Africa, especially Howard, who managed to get 5 wickets of just 14 runs in 3 overs. Redemption, and Ali Farouk, the bowler of the match for the previous match yesterday against Canada's match with West Indies, is here to bowl the first over. It's almost 99% in South Africa's favor this match.
Lee.
Jobert and Martin are here to initiate things for South Africa. And the way he guided the ball towards the boundary was just outstanding. Although there was a fielder there.
Kijk maar je kop stil, hè. I'm done.
And I'm joined by Fayaz Faisal here in the comp box with me.
Thank you so much, Nourish. And well, you were having the interview with Howard, and he was very happy with that 5-wicket haul.
He was actually pretty confident and had had a lot of confidence in himself. He said the pitch was very easy. The ball was coming in really easy on the pitch, and that the versatility that he was incorporating in his bowling was the instruction of the captain. Ali is doing the same mistake they were doing yesterday, Ali Farouk. They were not very good in terms of their line and length, Canadian bowlers. They need to really be mindful of it. We have seen credit to the latest, to the final dismissal that there was for the Canadian batters. There was a captain that was a Canadian captain that was the victim of the final dismissal. Just how important line and length is. And speaking of line and length, Jobert guided the ball swiftly towards the leg side in an attempt to buy him enough time to run between the wickets, and in that aspect, in that process, he managed to get that important run.
Just look at the feed guard there taken by Martin and Jobert. Both the batters pretty much confidence, little tilted. That's proper veteran cricket, I can see. They're middling the ball first, gaining the confidence, although they just need to score 65 to win this game, but still pretty much sensible from the start.
It's a fearless cricket from South Africa, because if the batters have walked in without wearing helmet, they're that confident that they're going to win. A required run rate is now 3.16. It's almost impossible for Canada to win this, but I wouldn't say it's completely impossible, because it's cricket, anything can happen.
Yeah, it's all about a couple of miraculous overs, the way South Africa delivered. So
I still remember Sydney Sixers chasing down target of 15 runs in the Big Bash League. So if they can do it, anyone can. But then that was the Australian pitch. This is not an Australian pitch. But then it's cricket. We can't expect anything. But for their expectations to even exist, they have to give us some hope in the power play. At least get around 4 to 5 wickets, which seems delusional. People might say I'm delusional in expecting 4 to 5 wickets in the power play, but for Canada, this is more than just delusion. It is a necessity for them if they are to even expect a win from this point onwards. You waste the power play, you waste your chance. Down goes your chance of winning in the drain.
they now need to get much of a mindset to more make the batters struggle if they're going to give them room the way they're giving it. Although Khalid, he's delivering it outside the off stump, giving the room, the slower deliveries. Just look at that. Once again, they're giving much room to the batter. Surely he's getting the chance to take his time, and then he's putting it away for singles and doubles. Pretty much confident side of South Africa. And it's all about the mindset. If you are with a strong mindset, 30 to 40% of the game you win then and there.
Yeah, spot on, and I can 100% vouch that South Africa are not gonna take too many risks when it comes to scoring boundaries. I told you, they're not gonna take any risk. They're gonna play it safe. Doesn't even matter if it's coming off as a dot ball. Wickets are just too sacred for South African batters. They want wickets and they don't want to give away their wickets as well. They want wickets as a bowler. They want to save wickets as a batter.
Pretty much reminds me of 90s cricket, the way we were having the chat in the earlier games. Just look at that. Bringing the blade of the bat here, opening the face, taking time, middling the ball. Pretty much calm there, not rushing up for runs. 2 gone, 6 for none.
Just a light nudge to guide the ball towards the leg side. Martin.
Kyk net op, nie op die pitch daar hardloop nie. Hoorie. Kyk wat ek hardloop op die pitch. Is it me?
If they're looking for a wicket, it has to come off this over. Canada.
Kyk mooi nie. Dan wat jy dit by.
I told you, South Africa are not going to take any risk at this point. They would prefer a dead ball. They would prefer a dot ball over a risky boundary. They wouldn't want to take that risk.
Pure 90s cricket. Ah, lush boundary there. Pure 90s cricket.
90s cricket with a touch of modern day cricket.
Yeah, and let's look at his guard. Just took a step ahead and then very precisely hit that for boundary. Joe Butt.
Well, it came right at the blade of the bat. You can't blame Jobert for it. He attempted to bowl. He attempted to hit the same shot towards the deep mid-wicket area. But that's on Ali. If you're that predictable as a bowler, that a batter already knows the shot that he's going to play, then it's on you. So Ali definitely needs some versatility. He needs to Take some inspiration from Howard on how the versatility alongside being mindful of line and length can be brought in together. You bring a cocktail of these two together and you get wickets. Early, crucial wickets needed for early breakthrough.
Oh, he hits that this time towards the deep extra covers. That's going to clear the fence. Jobert now shifting up the gaze because he's sit on the crease. He has read the pitch. He's now familiar with the conditions and now he's hitting some boundaries.
Well, I'd still say it's all on Ali because he's being too predictable. This is the third time that he has bowled on the same area. Ali. End of the third over. South Africa are 18 without loss. At this point, it's not even a runnable chase for South Africa. It's really very easy.
Still, they're going to take some time.
No.
Khalid in the end is giving too much of room. He's pitching behind. And that's just giving opportunities to the batters. They could get set on the crease here.
I sure do not know what their key takeaway is, but I already have 3 key takeaways from today's 2 matches. One of them being Karen Bowl to the rescue for spinners. The other one being pace is not pace without good line and length. And the third one being when your captain tells you something, you gotta execute that.
Yeah, surely I second that. Oh, that's swept away nicely there. All the way. Big hit for a maximum.
And with a firm footing, Jobert made no mistake. It came right at the blade of the bat, and Jobert taking full advantage of it. And this one's on Khalid as well. He delivered a ball that was right in Jobert's groove. So Khalid only has himself to blame for it. They have to incorporate some versatility. I understand nerves are at an all-time high at this point for the Canadian team. But it is these situations that actually define you as a cricketer and hone you as a cricketer. It is situations like these that you really have to level up your game. That was played beautifully, bisected right between the fielders. They're at the offside. Thanks to the slow outfield, it didn't get carried away to the fence.
Outfield, the 12th player for Canada. Well, it was picked up the gap nicely, but that's the outfield.
Cover, extra cover, deep mid-wicket are the 3 favorite areas for Jobert.
Now beautifully he's opening the blade. Just look at it. Striked very precisely, very nicely there. Not going for runs, not rushing up.
2 overs until the power play ends, and South Africa at 27 without a loss after 4 overs. And it's becoming extremely difficult for Canadian team to defend it, as South Africa are almost halfway in the chase for the target. Required run rate has now dropped down to 2.38. Seems a pretty easy for the South African team.
Niam aan. Kies kiri. He wants to. I'll go for it like he wants. Let's change. Let's go for kill. Ali bhai, there is a seat here. Cut the fingers, okay? Bas. Khalil bhai, bas. Take your field, bhai. Yes, bowling change. Right arm bowling over the wicket. Come in. Steady.
Well, we have some comments here from people from Canada, and it's 5 a.m. over there, so people are very passionate about watching the Canadian veterans play.
It's lovely by people supporting from Canada, their team. 5 a.m. in the morning. They're sacrificing the sleep for the match. That's the passion of cricket all around the world.
It was good line and length.
Oh.
Good utilization of the line and length by Yunus, but a bit behind in the situational awareness.
This time he plays it down the ground. Taking some runs there. Well, South Africa, they're just much calm, playing it very calmly, not taking the risks here, just calculated. Pretty much they need is these kinds of hits. That's gonna surely roll up towards the fence for a boundary. Not a good delivery by Yunus. Just was the leg side. It was away from the leg stump. It's the opportunity given to the batter, and he nails it. That's a futsal court view of Karachi Gymkhana. The children enjoying the futsal game. It's a whole pack of athletics here in Karachi Gymkhana. Straight to the fielder. Gonna be a dot. Last delivery to go. 33 for none. That's gonna be a wide, surely. Too wide for the batter even to play. Martin, well, he has played 15, scored 9 in it. Very precisely, he's taking calculated risks. And when it comes to hitting there towards the extra covers, going into the deep, but that's going to clear the fence. A boundary once again. Pure 90s cricket with a touch of modern. And what a hit. And what a way to end the over as well. Scores a boundary. And that's excellent by Martin. End of the fifth, 38 for none. That's a beautiful drone shot of Karachi Gymkhana, where this match number 2 is being played of today. Peak afternoon. 1 over to go to end the power play now. Ashwell is brought to bowl. Gonna deliver last over to end the power play. And his first. Altogether the 6th one. Jobert, who has played 14, scored 24 in it. Pretty much of an easy chase for South Africa. Use of the wrists here. Straight to skipper Ramzan. A partnership of 38. They know the importance of building up the partnership. Oh, Jobert picks it up there, straight down the ground. That's going to go for a boundary. Not much power, just timing, precision, and good shot selection. Nails it away for a boundary. Jobert in a different style, playing it all the way. 42 for none. Current run rate of 7.88. Little medium fast bowler. That's a shout. But umpire wasn't interested. The stumps were exposed there. A good decision made by the umpire. Still a little pumped. Ashwell. This time he just plays it down the ground towards the square leg. Flicks it. Jobert. South Africa now 42 without any loss. Pretty much of an easy chase for them. Just 65 to be made. If we talk about Canada, they need wickets here. If they are not getting wickets, oh, that's not a good delivery at all. Not a good delivery at all. That's surely going to be a wide. Obviously, delivering the wides, it's too much costly here. Already just a chase of 65. You're giving the free runs, which South Africa is surely going to enjoy. Oh, that's a wide once again. Costly wide. They're going to get some runs as well on it. 2 free runs added to the total. Canada and Ashwell particularly. He needs to be in control a little. Has to deliver good here. 2 more deliveries to go, which will end the power play. Just straight down the ground. Straight to the bowler. Martin is now facing it. 17, he has played 13, he has scored. Last delivery left, which will end the power play. 45 in total, 65 to be chased. 20 behind of the victory. South Africa. This time goes towards the long on. Just single, pure 90s cricket. Precise shots. Proper shot selection. Is opening the blade. Proper timing. And that is how South Africa they are acing the game. End of the power play, 46 without any loss. And at this stage, Canada were 28 for 4, and on the other end, South Africa pretty much close to the victory. 19 more required in 84 deliveries. A required rate of 1.36, which is nothing in T20 cricket. And that's a warm graph of South Africa versus Canada, and you can see Canada is full of wickets.
Yes, Alex, yes. Fielding. Isa handop. Alles het sy handtyd. Hy styl net, hoor. Catch it.
Oh, that's gonna clear defense. Jobert once again on the charge. Well, he's pretty much good in terms of finding the gap, and you're gonna deliver it away from the off stump, and when you're gonna give him the room, Jobert is gonna deliver. Surely he's gonna deliver. Yunus now, where it's much needed to be more towards wicket-to-wicket bowling. Bowling onto the stumps, where he's gonna give the room. He's gonna get punished. And Jobert, very calm, composed, and a very good innings he's playing. He's on 32 and 19. This time straight as an arrow. That was between the long off and long on. Clears the fence, a straight drive there. Second one in a row. Jobert shifting up the gaze. Just near the victory. 10 away now, South Africa. 55 on the board. And 81. There's going to be a big victory here. It's on paper. It's pretty much impossible for Canada to win this game at this stage. Jobert on 36 and 21, and the last delivery, as you've seen, it was an inside edge. Oh, that's an appeal, big shout, but umpire is not really interested, and that shout didn't convince the umpire. Last to go, which will end the over. A bit of an expensive year by Yunus. This is slower, but going on to the stumps. Canada bowlers being pretty much predictable, and you don't have to be predictable in order to win this game. You must have the versatility, you must have the good line and length. You should think cleverly when you need wickets. 7 overs gone, 57 without any loss.
Likewise. Thank you. You need one?
Alex, come fine. Square up with umpire. Sorry. With umpire. Square. Alex. Yeah, that's good. Good boy. Oh,
Striked it there towards the backward point this time. Martin. Well, just 8 away from the victory, knocking the doors here, South Africa. It's almost over for Canada. And that will be a big victory. Taking another single. Imtiaz, he's delivering it. Well, Jobert now on strike. He's comparatively playing a little quicker than Martin. Oh, that's slower onto the stumps, but swept away there. And finally, after clashing with the slow outfield, which I can say is the 12th fielder for Canada, but still it reaches the boundary. Jobert with some good hitting there, very precise. I just love the way he's batting. I can say 90s cricket with a touch of modern. They have knocked the doors just to open for the victory. Three more runs now required, and it was a lovely one by Jobert. He's on 42 now, and straight to the fielder there. 2 more required now. 63 on the board. What a chase. Oh, that's a no. That's a no.
back up.
And that's South Africa with a 10-wicket perfect victory. A chase in 7.4. No ball with a single. And a big smile on the face. A 10-wicket victory. What a game. That was surely in the hands of South Africa from the beginning. The way they have delivered in the bowling department and then in the batting department. Long hugs. And congrats. Applause. What a game by South Africa today. Eaten up the whole batting lineup of Canada, and then with a 10-wicket victory. South Africa, what a day for them. Delivered really nicely. And this child with the flag of South Africa. The whole team here on their feet, enjoying the moment. And that's the moment where you have to enjoy South Africa. And it was peanuts for them, this chase. Just 65. Both the department they've aced, especially about their fielding. It's just a catch dropped, or else every single catch was taken. Then pretty much attacking field as well. The bowling department did wonderfully well. Then in the batting department, the openers did a job where Canada, they wanted wickets and they needed wickets. They weren't able to find. So the opening partnership of Jobert and Martin did the job. Jobert 43 with a great game. Quick 43 of 25, and Martin with 17 in the partnership of 22. An easy victory for South Africa. None of the bowlers were able to take the wickets, but if I talk about the economy, Khalid was economically pretty much good here. Although they didn't get much chance to bowl because in 7.4 overs, it was all chased. So South Africa with a 10-wicket victory. Canada was bowled out in 14.1 and South Africa with a victory in 7.4. The opener partnership did the job for South Africa here. The captain must be really happy. South Africa, Canada, they'll go for some good meetings in the hotel. They need to re-strategize everything after today's collapse. So today was a pretty much good day for batting, and earlier on with the bowl, well, that was a batting paradise, as I had a word with the Canadian captain Ramzan, but unfortunately it was a collapse by his team. And then if I talk about South Africa, they took the advantage of the batting paradise. Pretty great game today by South Africa, and they swept away the game from the hands of Canada with a 10-wicket victory. So Nourish is there with an interview. So over to you, Nourish.
Well, redemption from South Africa as they have managed to clinch that all-important victory by 10 wickets. There was sheer dominance from South Africa. And I have with me their star batter, Jobert, with me, who has managed to score 43 runs of just 25 balls. A very impactful knock indeed. Thank you so much for, first of all, giving us your precious time. Although you guys had a very low total to chase down, we saw that when you came out to bat, you were still very conscious coming in the start of the overs. So what was the planning behind all that?
Yeah, so Don, can you hear me? So the team plan is to attack the power play, and that's my role in the team, and that's what I'm going to bat. They made it easy for me, Nathan with his fifer and the rest of the bowlers bowling really well, giving us a low total, give us the freedom to just hit through the line and get our team over the line.
How much did the pitch support you?
I like the pitch. It's a little bit slow on the short side, but steady on the full, so you can hit through the line nicely.
Before coming out, for this match against Canada, were there any key takeaways that you saw yesterday when Canada played the match against West Indies on this pitch?
Yeah, we didn't check that game. We had a practice match here, so we got used to the wicket a little bit. So, yeah, it's almost our second ground. So, yeah, pretty easy today.
Absolutely, and the weather was also pretty sunny. There was a bit of dew in the outfield.
Yeah, no dew. Just nice and hot, and yeah, it was good.
You guys didn't let us miss Jonty Rhodes one bit. That was a brilliant effort, all-rounded effort from the entire team, and particularly you with the bat. Congratulations on such a wonderful win.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was the star batter of South Africa for you. Over to you guys in the com box.
Thank you, Nourish. She was with the star batter, Stephen Jobert. And in a bit, we'll be with the presentation down there. Until stay tuned.
welcome to the post-match presentation ceremony of match number 2 for today. That was a played between South Africa veterans and Canada veterans, and what an incredible match had it been. Canada veterans who won the toss, they decided to bat first, but South Africa veterans had other plans and they executed their A game and managed to clinch the all-important victory by 10 wickets. And we're here at the presentation ceremony, and for the presentation ceremony we have our presentation party that includes our chief guest Mohammad Hussain, who is the sports convener here at Karachi Gymkhana, followed by the sports in charge Jam Nafis. They are the members of our presentation party for today. Proceeding, I would now like to begin with the awards. For the first award, I would like to invite the chief guest Mohammad Hussain to please present the Best Bowler of the Match award to the wonderful Reinhard Strijdom from Team South Africa, who managed to only concede 5 runs at the expense of 2 wickets in 4 overs. And what a start was it to his incredible spell. That included a 2-wicket maiden over to start off his spell, and that was an incredible spell out there. Wonderful. Proceeding, I would now like to request the chief guest Mohammad Hussain again to present the Best Batter of the Match award to Stephen Jobert for his scintillating innings of 43 runs of just 25 balls. And finally, the moment of the presentation ceremony, as I would now like to invite the sports in charge, Mr. Jam Nafis, to present the Man of the Match, the Player of the Match award to none other than Nathaniel Howard from South Africa for his incredible spell of 5 wickets at the expense of just 14 runs in only 3 overs. He played a very crucial role. With the help of extreme versatility in his bowling, he was executing a cocktail of different types of bowling to get to those to grab those 5 wickets. Incredible stuff. And may I now present the captains of both the team to have a word with them. I would first like to invite the captain of the winning team, South Africa, Mr. Yasser Ditta, and we would like to have a few words with you. Incredible win. I'd say you did not let us miss Jaunty Roads one bit. What was that win? I would like to hear it from you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think taking the positives from the game yesterday, we were really good in the field, both with ball and our catching and ground fielding, and that was one of the things I asked the boys today to replicate, and they did it really well. Hats off to our boys in the covers in particular. Our best batter of the day was also, I think, our best fielder of the day, taking a few great catches.
Yeah, your yesterday's match against Pakistan was also a very close one. Pakistan managed to win by 3 runs, but you guys almost came really close. When you said you had a lot of positives from yesterday's game, did you follow the game that was played yesterday here at this venue between Canada and West Indies?
Yeah, look, from a bowling and fielding perspective, absolutely. I thought, like I said, we wanted to keep the same intensity in the field. From a batting perspective also, had a few conversations and looked to increase the little bit of intent in our scoring rate, and the boys did it quite well today. So happy with the outcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Finally, how much support did you have from the pitch?
From the pitch or from the outside?
Both.
No, it was excellent. I mean, everybody on the field was very into the game, and we could hear a good buzz around the field, and good to have some family members and friends out here to support us as well. So yeah, it was all in all a great day.
Absolutely. We wish you the best of luck. Congratulations on such a wonderful win. Thank you. And may I now like to invite the captain of Team Canada, Mohammad Ramzan, here to have a word with me. Ramzan, tough day at the field. What are some key takeaways that you have from today's match?
Some key well, congratulations, South Africa. Their fielding was amazing and the bowling was amazing. Our batting claps, so we had to work on the battings.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm particularly curious to know, you guys won the toss today as well, and you guys had won the toss yesterday as well. But in both the days you guys chose to bat first. Was there any particular reason for choosing to bat today as well, considering the pitch was the same almost the same as yesterday?
It's a batting paradise. We thought we could put some about 100, close to 150 runs, and we didn't. They managed to bowl well, and they had some great catches. Change the game.
So going forward, what's the one thing that you would like to change, if any?
Work on our battings and play as a team.
Any specific plan to improve that?
We're gonna sit and talk about it, and I'd like to call call man of the match and give this to him, please.
That's a signature action from the Canadian team. And as they say, cricket is a gentleman's game. I would now like to invite the man of the match as a signature act from the Canadian side. They present their souvenirs cap to the winning team as a sportsman spirit. Cricket is indeed a gentleman's game. That is a beautiful moment here. Howard, you were amazing, truly. And now, as a signature, I'd say, act, and a very heartwarming act from the Canadian side, I would now like to invite Mr. Javed, who is in the management of Team Canada, to present the memento caps to the on-field umpires as well as the groundsmen. And he has asked to kindly invite Iftikhar Khan from Canada to please present the memento caps to all the 3 umpires, the on-field umpires and the third umpire as well. I would like to invite the on-field umpires to please receive their mementos. Mr. Roman, I'd like to have you received the cap. Rohan Witherspoon, yeah. Before I let you go, I would wanna request you to say something to our audience in Urdu. You're very good at Urdu. You're very fluent in it.
I can, but I wouldn't say anything in Urdu, but all I would like to say is cricket is not about winning or losing. It's the camaraderie among the players. And today's game was played in the true spirit of cricket. Congratulations to South Africa for a great performance. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to invite the third umpire to please receive the memento cap from Iftikhar Khan from Canada. That is indeed a very signature act and a very sympathetic act, I'd say, from Team Canada. It keeps the spirit of the game alive, and that is what cricket truly is. It is beyond just a game of bat and ball. Going ahead, I'd now like to invite, on the request of Mr. Javed, Amin Khan from Canada to present the memento caps to the groundsmen, the undulating efforts of whom have brought this tournament and this match to light. They are the people who work behind the camera, but are one of the most important people with respect to receiving the mementos. And now I'd like to request the groundsmen to please report to the presentation venue to receive their signature mementos from Team Canada. And Mr. Arif, who's been looking after the groundsmen and has played an instrumental role in bringing this match to light. Hard work never goes unnoticed. Thank you so much for these wonderful efforts. Well, what an eventful day has it been for this second day of the IMC Over-40s T20 World Cup 2025. And newsflash, the tournament has just begun. But for now, this is it from the presentation downstairs. The action has not stopped. We will be back with live action tomorrow. Till then, take care.